What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to MD Fish Tanks. I'm MD and these are my fish tanks. So the studio's coming along really nicely. I'm making really good progress with it. But I want to start this video with a little look at some of the tanks in the current studio, the old studio, if you like, which is still the current studio, but you know what I mean. So right behind me here, look, the Blackwater aquarium. How good is that looking? Let me turn you around. Yeah, guys, look at that. So it's completely covered in duckweed. It's sort of starting to double up on itself, to be honest. That is thick. When you get that thick coverage, you get this really nice sort of darkness to the water as well as the tannings, which make the neons look, well, they're not neons, they're cardinal tetra, sorry, but this is how they would look in their sort of, actually even more brown than it, more murky than this in their natural environment. But oh, hello little shrimpy. But look how good they look. Yeah, excuse my reflections. That one there actually is looking a little bit funky, look, isn't he? The rest are really good. If you notice, the bottom of his belly looks a bit like he's got some sort of issue, but the rest of them really healthy. So we'll see how it goes with him. But anyway, the reason I'm showing you this tank is because I will be breaking it down, and I know that sounds bad, but listen, hear me out. This is a rubbish tank. Like, it's tiny little glass, it's green, it's not very nice. I'm actually receiving a load more tanks from a company called AQUARIUMS for Life for the new studio. So, you know, I don't need to be keeping stuff like this for display. I will keep this, don't get me wrong, because it's going to be awesome to use as plant storage underneath one of my display tanks. But, you know, there's no point in me just keeping this going for no reason when I've got a new tank. I want to recreate it, don't get me wrong. I'm going to do something like this again in one of the really good tanks. It's been a good learning process. It's taught me quite a lot as well about Blackwater and about what you need to do. So yeah, it's not in vain. It's just good practice at the end of the day. Look at that, Bucephalandra, which is there we go, a marginal plant. When we say that, we mean it normally grows sort of on the edges. It's got a little bit of dead duckweed on it, but otherwise it's really healthy. It grows on the sort of edge of water and land, so it can sort of be submerged underwater in flooded season, and then when it gets drier, it will come out, and yeah, really good. Looks really nice out of water. I've never actually seen it in its immersed state, so that's quite nice to see. The moss is doing okay, but the water level's dropped a bit. I haven't been on top of maintenance in terms of keeping the water levels up, so I've never touched the water level in this since I set it up, so it's dropped by about an inch by the looks of it, which means that there's less water getting to the bottom of these. Yeah, there's a little bit of moisture there. It's not too bad. Now I've touched it, it's quite good. It's just a little bit of white sort of fluff on it, but yeah, this moss is really good. It's actually sprouting as well, which is nice. Still got that. Whoa, every time. Sorry guys. No, there we go. Still got this sort of dead bit on it, but you know, I could trim that off. Well, I would do if I was keeping it, but I'm not too worried. And I added these air plants as well, so they're quite nice. Just mist them once a week sort of thing, and yeah, they're quite nice.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
If you remember, it wasn't too long ago I set up this bad boy. So I've not done a single thing to it since I set it up. So there's obviously a diatom issue at the side. And other than that though, it's brilliant. I've not done any water changes on this at all since I set it up, again because I've been so busy. Surface film, that needs sorting out, so I think that's what I'll do now, guys. I'll just do a quick time lapse of me maintaining this all, and just there's some of the sort of staghorn algae collected there. I think you can see that. Can you make that out? Yeah, there you go. That's staghorn algae. So the easy fix with that on moss, just trim it off. Job done. So I'll get that done now. But shrimp are doing really well. I think you can see down there. Yeah, let's see. Plants look good, but let's get it cleaned up.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette.
So that took me like no time at all. I probably could have done that sooner, but I think it's going to look really good now. Some of that staghorn algae that you saw me trimming off, that's going to go away now, because I think the problem was I put some like shrimp, what are they called, like little nuggets, I don't know, shrimp biscuits I guess, into the tank, and I put too many. I put about 3 in because I was going away for work, and I come back and only like half of one was eaten, so that was stupid, because it meant that I just massively increased the amount of nutrients in the tank, which wasn't necessary. But anyway, that's caused a little bit of algae. Staghorn can't grow without algae. Then staghorn can't grow without algae, that doesn't make sense. Staghorn can't grow without excess nutrients, that's what I'm trying to say. So I've removed the excess nutrients now by doing a good water change, siphoned off any crud that was on the bottom there, and well, yeah, that's it. Like, that's all I should need to do. The only other thing that might be causing it is a high lighting. I can adjust that if that is the case, but for now we're done and we can just leave this. This is about the only tank that I'm going to be taking into the new studio without breaking down, to be honest. So yeah.
Don't be a stranger in the night. Take a chance for some romance. Don't cover your eyes. Willow trees know you better than anyone else. It's time you let your guard down for someone like me.
Right guys, whoa, that's bright. Since I finished filming the last video and finished editing, I cracked straight on in the studio overnight and actually got a load of insulation done. So let me just take you in now and take you up to, I cannot see a thing. Let me just get you up to speed and get inside. So here we are. It's a bit of a bomb site. I'm one of those people that just thinks crack on with the job and then you can clean up afterwards, as long as it's not in your way. But look, you can see, look, covered all this area, this whole side, a few gaps to fill there, a few gaps on the bottom, all the way around. So I can finish that in no time. But what I've just had done now is I've just had these large sheets of hardboard delivered. These will all go across to skin the walls, if you like, and then I've got 6 more of the large sheets there just to go on the ceiling as well, so that we've got full insulation coverage. So we basically got all the materials we need now to finish, apart from paint, which I can just go and get around the corner any time. So the flooring's there, you know, we've got all the insulation, we've got the underlay for the flooring as well, which is there. So everything's going to be fully insulated by the end of today, and hopefully I'll get most of that boarding up as well. So let's crack on. That's everything insulated, including the doors, just everything done. The floor is an absolute mess. What I'll do is I'll just quickly blitz that, and then we can move on after that into getting the whole thing sort of just skinned and lined in hardboard, ready for paint. Right, well, that's all the floor sort of cleaned, ready to go. So let's get some of that hardboard in. The problem is, well, it's a bit bright. Yeah, the problem is that it's actually 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in UK. It gets dark in the winter time around this time. Well, not dark, but you know, the light's going down. We haven't got much time. I want to get all the cutting done today, and then I can do all the other stuff maybe tomorrow, because I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's really wet at the moment here, and it's actually sunny today, so hopefully I can get all the cutting done while it's dry, and then maybe tomorrow I can do all the little fiddly bits that I could possibly do inside the studio. But yeah, let's just get on with that cutting for now. So here's the board, and all I've really got to do line it up, cut some slots out here so I can slot it right up to the top, and then screw it on. Right, so you can see we've got our boarding up, so it's already starting to look kind of flush. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect finish, like, you know, there's slight little gaps, but I'm going to be painting all this black. I've decided to. Whoa, what are you doing? I've decided to go full black. I did mention I might be doing a few sort of different coloured areas, but I've decided that the aquascapes, in my opinion, just look better in black. It's less distracting. It's all about the tanks then, and yeah, and that's what I like to go with. So yeah, gonna do that. Let me know if you agree, if you like the black, if you think I should do maybe one of the walls white, or, you know, partition there and then have that whole section white, maybe black in the middle, maybe a different color this side, off-white, grey. I don't know. I mean, that's, maybe you guys can help me with that. Hopefully you all confirm what I'm thinking. That is, the whole studio will be black, just like the other one, but a much bigger scale. This camera does not do justice as the actual size of it, by the way, because it's a lot longer than it looks. It's almost like when you press the camera on, you jumped in like another half a shed or whatever. But yeah, so the lighting, electric parts, wires, that's what they're called. They're poking out the top, ready for the lights to be fitted in. Switch is hanging off the side because I need to just cut a hole for that to go there as well. Plugs are still hanging off, and that is because we run out of materials to fill the bottom part. I'll get more of that tomorrow. I should finish all of the boarding tomorrow and we can start painting. I want to paint before we put down the flooring, obviously, because we don't want this beautiful laminate flooring to be, you know, covered in paint. A lot of you is expressing in the last video that you thought using the laminate flooring wasn't a good idea, you know, the hardwood flooring. You guys were sort of saying that using a vinyl flooring would be better. Now, I would agree, but let's face it, this OSB flooring, oh, just check out the Crocs while you're there. It's not sturdy, is it? So the slatting on it goes horizontally, and so I'm going to lay the hardwood floor vertically all the way up, and that'll add a lot more strength to the floor. Not that it massively matters, because the stands already, I make the stands for, say, my 1200, so that it actually spreads the load all the way across. For instance, in the other studio, the smaller one, it's the same flooring and it's already got the 1200 on there with no problems at all. So I'm not anticipating that to be a problem. Anyway, that's it for today.